I said we could turn it around, and you know what? We've turned it around a little bit. Hey, it's Mike, still managing here, Chorley, and we've got a couple more games in the Vanarama National League for you. But to give you some update first, what we have played since we have left. Last we're together, we ended up with a loss against Harrogate 2-1. Didn't play super great in that game. Then we had a real barn burner away to Boreham Woods. 5-3, we lost that one. Chimanga just shredded our center Ds. Despite Kennedy had a pretty good rating, but he got beat in the air twice by Chimanga. And then I subbed him out for Bailey, I think it was. No, Scott Leather, who then also got beaten by him. So Chimanga really is what put us to the sword there. And our third goal came in the 93rd minute. Most of the time they were up by 2 goals. We would score one, they would score another. So it wasn't a great performance, but a real barn burner, that one. Then we had a 0-0 draw against Maidenhead. And then we went and we beat Darlington 1-0. Jordan Burrows scoring his first goal for us, I believe. Yeah, his first goal for us. And then we won in the FA Cup, fourth qualifying round, 2-0 against Chester. And then we had a great game against Scunthorpe, who was sitting third place in the league, and we beat them 1-0 with Newby getting the goal. Defended really well, and then catching that goal when we had the chance. So today we're playing Kings Lynn, who has jumped ahead of us in the table to 14th, and then Weymouth, who has dropped down from 10th to 18th. But those are the two teams we were playing. Table's moving a bunch because it's still early days. We're just in October here, but we dropped into the relegation zone again after some poor results, but we have gotten ourselves out and up into 16th place, but we're only 3 points out of that relegation area, so it's pretty close. We could leapfrog Kingsling by beating them. Weymouth could leapfrog us by beating us, so lots of movement can still happen in this game. The FA Cup, we did draw Gillingham next as well, which is one that will be played off camera because it comes after these two games. Other news outside of that is the job or the interview offers have been starting to come in. However, they have been still within the Vanarama National League, so I haven't been super interested in them. Solihull Moors offered me a job interview. I declined it because they were sitting at 23rd at that time, and we were just outside of that relegation area. So I just declined the interview straight up. And then the other one was Sutton, who are in that relegation area, also offered me an interview. I went to the interview just to check it out, see if they'd offer me more money, but they ended up not offering me the job at all. So we do have some job interviews starting to come in, but National League, I'll look at them to see if they'll give me more of a better pay, but hopefully once I finish this coaching course I'm on, we'll start seeing some League 2, League 1 teams start coming in for me. Outside of that, we have also brought in some more transfers. Just a couple that actually just came in. The first is Casey Butterfield, who we are playing in as a defensive midfielder here, 23-year-old Bermudian, who has 24 international caps with them and 6 goals for them. And so he's playing in that kind of defensive midfield position. Yeah, so that's where we've played him. We've only played him once. He comes on a free, released by Chesterfield. He's played for Kidderminster the year before that, so he's got some game experience going here. He's only played the once for us, but he was solid despite that 6.5. Maybe he wasn't solid, but I didn't really notice him, which sometimes is a good thing. That means nothing wrong is going. So he's one. The other one is Denzel Bodu, 24-year-old Englishman, an attacking midfielder, because we have switched a little bit of a tactic as well, which I can show you in a bit here. But he comes off a free from Bolton, where he only made 9 appearances, but had a goal and assist for them for League 2, so that's a pretty good capture for us there as well. And so those are the changes that have been made since we were last together. And so we will go into our game against King's Lynn. This is the formation that we will be playing because it's been going well for us. But this is one that we put in. This is what we used against Chorley. Was the good old. It's still a wing play, but it's just a 4-2-3-1. Hopefully, using that attacking midfield position there. So that's one we've been playing with a little bit when we want to go on the attack. But again, we've gotten good results so far with this one for the most part. Solid defensively and able to pop in a goal once in a while. And really what we need is to be solid defensively because we don't score very much. And if we let in a couple goals, we are pretty much done. So this is what the team is going to look like for our game against King's Lynn. Irwin is back in the net. He's been slightly better, or maybe at least the team's been playing better in front of him than in front of, I forgot his name, Hilton. So he's going to be in net there. Leather's coming on to the right D. Bailey and Kennedy will be in the center defensive positions, and Baines will be out left. Butterfield comes into that defensive midfield position. Ebanks will be out on the right to give Newby a rest, who's a little tired. Shenton's playing on the left. Ingwesen and Tomlinson will be in the middle. Tomlinson playing that ball-winning defender in the middle to give some defensive support there, and Joe Burrow. Joe, is his first name Joe? Jordan Burrow will play up front as the pressing forward to keep some pressure on that back line. And that is what we are looking like for this game today, home to King's Lynn, which can see us either rocket up the table or drop quite a bit down the table, as this league has been quite tight, at least in those mid. I haven't really looked at what the top has been, but it looks like there's been lots of movement up top as well. So hopefully we can see some movement for ourselves in this game as we kick off against King's Lynn. Just 1 point back on them. Really, a win can put us up into that 13th, 12th position. So that would be a nice place to be if we can get something. But so far, King's Lynn has had 2 shot attempts. Looks like we had a shot attempt since their goal kick. But they got a flick on, which was what was getting us from the last game. Ebanks beats his man to the ball there, comes down the side, and puts it into the bottom corner with a nice cartwheel to celebrate. And just like that, on the counter-attack, we get the goal. Bailey with that head up to just right to their center D, but Ebanks just beats him to it, finds his space, and slots it down in the bottom left corner. A beautiful finish, and we are up 1-0 against King's Lynn here. And see, we jump right up to 13, now up to 12 with that goal. So hopefully it's something that we can hold on to here and start seeing really that momentum start to pick up. It's been kind of a roller coaster results, but we started with lots of losses and draws. So now it's kind of like mostly, it's like losses and wins. So at least we're getting those 3 points on those wins instead of draws. And that is really helping. And hopefully we can turn that momentum into some more wins. But so far, no other highlights in this rest of this half. It looks like they were trying to retain possession. They can retain possession all they want as long as they don't score on us. But we're looking pretty decent after that first half. And so hopefully we continue that into the second here. And Weston's starting to get a little bit tired. He's been playing a lot of the games because he's just so solid in that midfield for us. King's Lynn, the cross right there into their far side, and who's that on the Leather, who should be better in the air because he's usually a center back, gets beaten there by Kiwoma. He's marking his man fairly well there. A cross comes in, he just doesn't track it, doesn't get up, and it's too easy for King's Lynn to tie it. And like that, we plummet down into that 16th position where we were at the beginning of the game. And don't have the greatest goal differential because we usually only win by 1, but we lose by a bunch when we lose. And we come into the 67th minute. We're going to make a change here. I'm going to bring Lowy into that left D. Baines hasn't been great in there, and I am going to bring up Cardwell up front as a target man and see if those changes can spark a little something for us here. Ingwesen is now also getting tired, so we will at the 75th minute make the move. I'm going to move Shenton into the midfield for Nguesson, and we're going to bring Bramall in on that left-hand side. And that will be our last change for the game. And hopefully we can get something going at the end here. In fact, I'm going to go a little positive for these last 5 minutes and see if we can snatch something at the end here. But so far, nothing highlight worthy as we come into extra time, and that's going to wrap it off with a 1-1 draw for us here. So, switch off. Scott Leather switches off for a moment there. That lets King Lynn finish that off. But we are up into 16th position. So, and we're getting closer to that 50 mark. We're only 30 points back from that 50-point mark, but it's quite tight. So you might need a little bit more than 50 in this game. But next we've got Weymouth, who are sitting in 17th. Did they play? Yes, they drew 1-1 against Maidenhead, who's near the bottom. To be fair, we also drew 0-0 against Maidenhead, so that is where we will pick up for our next. Alright, we're back, and this is what we're lining up for the game against Weymouth. Irwin is remaining in net. Oh, I'm going to change him, though. He likes playing as a sweeper keeper, but we'll put him on defend. Moore is going to come in on that right-hand side. Leather shifts into the center defense with Kennedy also in there. Baines is going to stay out on the left and hopefully play a little bit better today. Oh, we've also switched our formation, obviously, to the 4-2-3-1 to try to get a little bit more attack at the beginning, and then we can shift back into the 4-1-4-1 if we can take a lead and try to hold it. So Tomlinson and Nguesson are going to play in those center midfield positions. Newby is going to come in back up into attacking midfield right. Shenton out into the left. Baudou makes his debut for us at the advanced playmaker, and Burrow remains as the pressing forward up front. And another squad number to give. I'm up to 25 on that. And so that is how we are lining up for this game against Weymouth, where we are at home once again. So here, hopefully, we can get a win and not a draw and not a loss. We're sitting in 16th here. Weymouth right behind us, 1 point back at 17th. So this is a big match that could have some swings in the side in the table. Newbie just got a bruised ankle, but he should be able to keep playing, so we'll keep an eye on that, on his form, see if it really hinders him. So far it has been us, so we've got more of that positive movement going, but 3 shot attempts, nothing on target so far. 4 shot attempts, nothing on target, and nothing worth a highlight. But until here, Newbie kicks the free kick in. Burrow heads it down to Shenton, who will put it in. Looks like a set piece play right off of the training ground as we take that 1-0 lead. Newbie puts it in. Burrow gets his head on it down to the opposite side post that Shenton just pokes it in with his foot to score, and that bumps us up into the 15th place there, as Kingsling has a lead over Scunthorpe right now. We've got another free kick here, so let's see if we can get something out of it again. Newbie takes the shot from range, rattles it off the crossbar until it's cleared out. What a free kick there by Newbie. And it remains at 1-0, and we are all over them so far. Do I want to do those changes? No, I'm going to leave it as it is because we are playing quite well right now. And that is where we hit at the halftime. Look at that gulf in XG right now. They've had 2 shot attempts but nothing on target. I'm pleased with the way things are going. Keep it going as we come into the second half. And so far it is zooming along with not much in the way of highlights. Kings Lynn has taken a 2-0 lead over Scunthorpe, but we are sitting strong right now in that 15th position as we come into the 62nd minute. Still got some freshness to us. Still only 2 shots hitting the target, so we are going to make some instruction changes at least, where we will try to work the ball into the box, I think, here. Try to get a little bit more on target and press our advantage here. And we will make some subs in the 68th minute. Bodu hasn't been super great so far. So we're going to bring Shenton in as the attacking playmaker. We're going to bring Bramal out on the left. And we will bring Ebanks on for Newbie, just because of Newbie's bruised heel. We'll give him some relief there. And that's where we will go for now from there as we come into the 75th minute. Now Shenton's quite tired. So I think we will make another change here. We are going to drop into our defensive one now and hold this lead and take off Shenton, who's tired. So Butterfield will come into the defensive midfield. And that's that. Hopefully that doesn't let them pressure us more and end up scoring. But so far, so good. I don't think there's been any highlights in this second half now, has there? It's just kind of zipped along, but we have that one. Ooh, no, here's a highlight now. They have the ball in their end, but they throw it straight to Nguesson, who passes it back to Baines. Baines into Kennedy. Kennedy will kick it up to Burrow, who will not get a head on it, but neither does the defender. It falls to Ebanks eventually, who shoots, and there is the save there. And that might be the last highlight of the game. Nope, they have a corner in the 93rd minute. Kennedy wins it in the air, heads it out. It comes to Burrow, who will carry it down the side, hold it up. We'll pass it into Butterfield. Butterfield across the Baines, back to Bramal. Bramal will put it up to Burrow. Burrow into Butterfield. Butterfield to Nguesson. Nguesson back to Tomlinson. Tomlinson will find Ebanks, who will shoot and put it in the net for his 4th goal of the season, coming off the bench. And that should seal it for us with the 2-0 win against Weymouth. So we will be having a draw and a win in these 2 games here. And that is indeed where it ends for us, with a dominant performance over Weymouth to get the 2-0 win. And that is a beautiful thing as we move up into that mid-table range, which I must say I was not expecting to be happening with the way this season started. I thought we might have been in relegation battle the whole time, but it looks like we've made some good signings to shore up that squad, and it's bumped us up into 15th. In fact, since we made those signings, we are actually made it 5 unbeaten. A draw, win, win, draw. So 3 wins, 2 draws in that 5 unbeaten run. That's pretty good. Since we have made those signings, did the media change their prediction at all for us? No, we're still kind of sitting at 18th there, but we are looking quite good in these last few games. So the next time that we'll come back together will probably be, let's see, maybe we'll do Havant and W, who were promoted from the Panorama South League. They're sitting in 14th, so right around us. And then we'll do Solihull Moors, who had invited me a job interview that I didn't take. So the end of next month is when we'll come back together again. And that is the plan. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and we will see you next time for Up the Ladder.